Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. You're gonna see some changes on the YouTube channel, so I'm super excited about that. I'm just doing some branding changes, and so be on the lookout for that. The best thing that you can do to get in on this action is to subscribe, hit the bell, anything that you can do to get notifications. I am going to be putting out a few more videos in the next few weeks, but they're all going to be just shorter videos that really nail down specific questions with specific answers. And that brings us to today's topic. So today we are talking about what the heck is the difference between functional health, holistic health, and also naturopathic health. Like, we keep hearing these terms, and what does it even mean? Is there a difference between those three things? And how do we make a decision on, should I go see a naturopath? Should I look into more functional lab testing? Should I be more interested in a holistic approach? I hope to answer that question for you today. So I will say this, that you can interchange, and you will often hear those three modalities, those three methods, those three titles interchangeable in the same sentence. A lot of times you'll have naturopathic doctors that do functional lab testing, or they also incorporate some holistic style approaches. But I want to talk distinctly today, at least in this first part, is that what are these three? What do they focus on? And I've got my notes here because I don't want to miss anything, and I want to really make sure I answer this question for you. These are notes that I've formulated myself, and I want to stay on track and get this information to you in a very concise manner. So let's talk about functional health, which is what I do. Okay, I am a functional diagnostic health expert. Functional health will use and incorporate functional lab testing. Okay, we try to get to the root cause by using testing as a way and a means to do that. So you will often hear functional health diagnostic experts promoting functional health labs. Now, what are the difference in functional health labs and your conventional labs? They are very different. So the labs that we would run for you would not be something that your conventional doctor would prescribe. Now, we can talk about the major difference between the two types of labs in another video, but what I do want to say is that the one main difference is the way we calculate the results. In functional labs, we compare you to the healthy body that you can have, and all the people of your age and demographics that have that style, what you can obtain, where you can go, the ultimate health. That's what we compare you to. Conventional medicine, their lab values compare you to the sickest. In other words, if and only when you are the sickest, can they help and treat you, because it's an emergency style situation. It's an emergency. The problem is already there. Now we are just fighting symptoms. We're not dealing with root causes. So that's the major difference in the labs. They are very different. When I learned about functional lab testing, I was almost insulted at the fact that I had wasted time, energy, and money on conventional labs, because at that point I wasn't sick, but I was really trying to change my future health identity. And so what they were throwing at me, though, were remedies for just symptoms, instead of trying to figure out what the root cause is. So that's functional health work. It's a difference that we will use functional labs, and then from there we start to personalize your treatment plans. We use a variety of things to do that. We'll use interventions, and we can sometimes recommend that you get medications, or we work with people on medications. It's not really about more of the naturopathic style approach, which I'm going to talk about next. Now, naturopaths, they really spend a lot of time in prevention of disease. I think that's where now there are some really good cancer naturopath doctors that can really help at the point of onset of those diagnoses, about bringing the body in a calm state to be able to heal it from. But most naturopaths really thrive in naturopathic remedies, such as, they use a variety of things considering physical, emotional, and environmental factors that acupuncture, anything that is going to create healing in the body and the body's natural healing process in order to create a better health future or prevent disease. So sometimes naturopathic, like I said, will actually use functional diagnostic testing, and sometimes they don't. They tend to rely more on supplementation and rely less on medications, although they can prescribe those. So again, that's going to really depend on the actual naturopathic physician that you choose. The one thing that I've noticed with naturopathic doctors that I would say is a little bit different is the one-on-one coaching. It does tend to be more like you go to the doctor, the naturopathic doctor, and you have a visit. There's less one-on-one coaching in my experience with naturopathic doctors. There's just more about let's try to decide what is going on, and then here's your treatment. See you in a few months. And so that's where I probably steer away from naturopathic, although again, not saying to do that. I'm just saying when you research and you're with programs that are functional or naturopathic or even holistic, which we're going to talk about here in a second, you want to look for that process encouragement. And what I mean is that every one of these three modalities or every one of these three styles all focus on processes to get you to a better health, to get you to a vibrant health. We're not talking about vanity here. We're talking about ability. We're not talking about the way you look. We're talking about the way you feel. Okay. So each one of these programs or these styles will definitely all incorporate some of the same things, but it's still all a process. And you need encouragement and guidance and stick-to-itiveness in all of these processes. You need that. So if that's not a part of the programs that you are getting involved in, that you're throwing down cash for, I really want you to take a step back and evaluate how you can get some accountability wrapped into your processes of healing, whether it's functional expert, whether it's a holistic coach, or whether it's a naturopathic doctor. All right. And then the last one is holistic health. This is also part 2 of what I do. So both functional and holistic. But if I walked around and said, I'm a functional holistic diagnostic practitioner, health expert. Holy cow. I mean, not only that, you just be like, girl, go home, sit down, think about it, because that is too much. So really with holistic health, what I love about it is that it tends to incorporate your Zen. It tends to incorporate your well-being. It tends to incorporate the mind, body, and the spirit. And I love that, guys. And that's why when this channel, we're talking about guts going wild, we're talking about the gut health brain access and aging with impact. We have to talk about mindset. We have to talk about the spirit. We cannot live with purpose without an intervention of spiritualness. And so that's where the holistic approach is. And I definitely use that in my programs. Every single one of my programs take a holistic and functional approach. And again, like I said, these 3 things, very minor differences, but it's really then at that point, it's about accountability and processes and whoever you work with, that they have the energy and vibrancy and that you connect with them, because you will need accountability through this process, that you connect with them. So again, whether a functional health expert like myself who incorporates holistic stuff, or a holistic coach just as is, or even a naturopathic doctor, that you relate to them, that you feel that they are working with you in and out, weaving, navigating the process. All right. So that's the difference between the two. The next video I hope to do will be about functional lab testing and the difference between that and the conventional labs. And I'll go a little deep dive in that. I'm excited about that. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.